little lovelies. Hello, 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 my little lovelies. Hello, and welcome to tonight's video. Tonight's video. In tonight's video, I'm going to be telling you, some fun facts about me. They're going to be just light-hearted, fun, silly facts. And if I say something and you want to let me know, like, how you feel below, let me know in the comments. That'd be really fun. Yes. So before I jump into the facts, I would just like to say I would love it if you would subscribe. It really means so much to me. I'm still, getting used to the whole YouTube thing, posting regularly, but every time one of you subscribes, it just brightens up my whole day. So yes, I won't dilly-dally anymore. I'll jump right in to fact number one. So my first fun fact is I much prefer savoury over sweet. I much prefer savoury over sweet. So for example, if there is a bowl of chocolate and a bowl of crisps, I'll be having the bowl of crisps 100%. I don't not like sweet things, I do, but if I had the choice, it'd be definitely the savoury snack over the sweet snack. And if I had to give up one thing, savoury treats or sweet treats, I would have to give up sweet treats because I just love crisps. I love, anything in that kind of realm. So yes, that is a fact number one. Fact number two is my favourite colour is baby blue, and I'm wearing a top today to show you the colour. This light baby blue top, which is actually from Skims, this top is. I love Skims. It's such good quality. It is expensive, but you wear their items and you just feel so good in them. So yes, my favourite colour is similar to this kind of baby blue colour. Let me know what your colour is. Favourite colour is down below. I know, like when I was younger, I just obviously used to think that my favourite colour was pink. If anyone asked me, that was just like my automatic answer, but that's honestly not true. I do like some certain pinks, but some pinks I really don't like. So yeah, I find this kind of light blue quite calming, and I also really like the colour taupe, like in decor and things, but it's quite difficult to say that your favourite colour is taupe. So yeah, my favourite like nice bright colour is like a baby blue. Yes, so let me know yours down below. So my fact number three is I don't really like many fruits and vegetables. I know that's quite a horrible thing to admit. I mean, I do try and eat them, but I never eat them and think, oh, this tastes really nice. I eat them and I think, oh, I'm being good, I'm eating some fruits, I'm eating some vegetables. But when people say, oh, I love, like strawberries, or I just eat them and I just kind of find them sharp. I find them like, it's not that they're awful, I just actually don't like them, and I still try and eat them. I still do my best, but yeah, there's honestly very few fruits and vegetables that I genuinely think taste nice. Yeah, so that's a bit of a silly one. I wish I did. I wish I loved them, but I don't. I eat them, but I don't like them particularly. What fact are we on now? Fact number four is I don't like the taste of alcohol. I'm yet to find any alcohol that I like the taste of. I don't like wine, beer, cider, spirits. I do drink alcohol, like if I'm going out for a night out, but I will have the most sugary kind of having like a beer on a hot day or anything like that, I'll only really drink alcohol if it's in a cocktail that I can't taste it in. And the biggest issue with that is cocktails are so expensive. So you go out and like a cocktail is like £12, whereas like a glass of wine might be like £6, so it's like literally double the price for a cocktail. So it's also expensive. So I really don't drink very often. I don't drink, you know, like in the week or for weeks and weeks at a time, for months at a time. Sometimes if I'm going out with my friends or, you know, it's a big event, then yeah, I'll have a couple of cocktails, but that's really it. I just mainly because I don't like the taste. So I'm kind of drinking in the social situation, but I never just think, oh, I fancy a glass of wine. So that's another fun fact. Another fun fact is I don't like gory, horrible movies, like scary movies, but I really love Scream. I love the Scream films. When Scream comes out, I go and see it in the cinema. I love it. I think it's just great. But I don't watch any other like horror movies. They kind of give me nightmares. I don't like paranormal. I don't like anything like that. But for some reason, I love the Scream films. I don't know what it is about them. I love the storylines. I love the plot. I love the humour. I love the silliness. And yeah, I don't find like the gruesomeness very gruesome. I just think it's, you know, funny. And yeah, so that's a fun fact. I don't watch any horror films other than the Scream films. And I think there's a new Scream film coming out in February 2026. So I'll be going to the cinema to watch that. You know, like the week it's released, I'll be there. I'll be watching it. So yeah, that's a little fun fact. A little fun fact. Another fun fact is I love having a bath, and I rarely have a shower. I bath like every day, but I shower like once a month maybe. If there's an opportunity for me to have a bath instead of a shower, I will. And I love like bath bombs. I love Lush. I make it like a whole like nice event. Like I'll put a bath bomb in and I'll put a video on my phone, and I just kind of like that whole experience rather than just jumping in the shower. You know, if I'm in a rush, obviously, yeah, like, you know, I will go in the shower, but 90% of the time I'm having a bath and not having a shower. Tell me down below what you prefer. If I had to live in a house with no bath, it would honestly be a struggle. Like it would impact on whether I would move into that house or not, quite honestly. You know, if the house was great or in every other way, then yes, I would just have a shower. But I would think, oh no, like I'm not going to be able to have my baths, I'm not going to be able to have all my lovely Lush stuff and everything like that. So yeah, that would be a bit rubbish. But yes, I love to have a bath rather than a shower. I just find like getting in the shower, in and out, you get cold, and then it's just not a nice kind of like experience, you know. So yeah, that's a bit of a fun one. A next fun fact is, let me think. Okay, my favorite book genre is like mystery, crime, not too thrillery. Like I don't like it if there's lots and lots of like constant jeopardy, but you know, like a whodunit or you know, something along those lines. That's my favourite. You know, when you think you figured something out before like the author's like explicitly told you. Yeah, they're my favourite kind of books. And when I go on a holiday, if I'm just having like a relaxing holiday by the pool, I can read like honestly like a book a day, or you know, like over 2 days I could definitely just read a book like no problem. I could read for like 6-7 hours a day go back to the hotel room, read my book. Yeah, I just love it. But I find that when I'm home and I'm working all week and there's the housework to do, there's, you're using your brain whilst you're at work, I find it difficult to sit and read, which is a real shame because I love it. I love to read. When I'm reading and I'm engrossed in a book, it feels so amazing and I literally can't wait to turn the page and find out more. But when I'm at home and I've been working, I struggle to log off and then think, oh, I'm going to pick up a book and continue to use my brain. I just want to kind of relax and watch the telly and kind of unwind. But it is a shame because of how much I do love reading. And I go to the shops and I see all the books and I go, oh yes, I'm going to go buy myself a nice book, and that'll be like a real nice treat, and I might get myself a nice coffee and go home and read it. And so often I just don't actually manage to do it. I had a quiet week this weekend. I didn't really have anything to do, and I actually started and finished a book which I was super proud of, and it was actually a different book to my usual style. It was actually like a bit of a romance novel. There's a series and they're all set in like this same town, and this one was called The Strawberry Pancake House, and basically it was just like a love romance novel. But I got into it because I saw that there was like a series of them, and they're all like super cute. They've got super cute front covers and they're all individual stories, but they're all kind of set like couples in this like really cutesy town. The town is called Dream Harbour, and there's all these like really sweet shops in it. So this one was called like the Strawberry Pancake House, and so that one was like for spring, and they've got ones for like all the different seasons. Like they've got the Pumpkin Cafe, and then there's like one about like a Christmas tree lodge and things like that. But they're all individual stories, all set in this same town with all these like gorgeous covers, and they're all like really themed for the season, which is one of my favourite things. I love things that are themed for the season. So I saw that and I thought, oh, I'll give that a go. That's something different, and it's the right time of year to read that particular one. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't my cup of tea so much as like, it was a romancing novel, and that's not normally my thing. So I did have to like say, oh no, keep reading, keep going, and I did. I really enjoyed it, but it doesn't suck me in the same way that like a whodunit or like a thriller or like a crime drama would, because there's just not that much kind of like racing through the next pages. It's kind of like a softly book. So the premise was actually about a man who receives some information that he has a child that he doesn't know about, and the mother of that child has died, and he now has to look after the child. And the child lives in this dream harbour. So he lives in France, and he's like a highfalutin chef. So he has to go back to this dream harbour and basically look after this child that he never knew he had. I think she's like 7 years old or something. And basically he hires a nanny. So you know where this is going. He hires a nanny to help him look after this child because he has to work. He works in like the local diner, which kind of where the pancake house kind of comes in. He works at the local diner. He hires his nanny. He hires her as a live-in nanny, and she never wanted kids. She's kind of reluctant to take the job role, but she needs somewhere to live and she needs a job. So it goes from there basically. I'm sure you can all imagine where it goes from there. I won't do any spoilers in case anybody wants to read it, but you don't have to stretch your imagination too far. But no, it was good. It was really good. I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I finished it. And when the other seasons roll along, I will be getting the other books. Like in the autumn, I'll get like I think there's one that's like the cinnamon bakery or something, and then like the pumpkin calf, and then like I said there's like a Christmas one, so I'll be getting them, you know, as the seasons roll around. It's kind of nice to read a book that matches the season. So that brings me on to my next fact. My next fact is my favourite season is autumn. I love autumn. I love everything about it. I love that, you know, it's kind of getting cozy, and there's all these kind of like fun things on the way, and they start to bring out like the pumpkin spice drinks, and you're wearing your cozy jumper, and you can stay in the house more. I'm quite an introvert, really. I don't like to do too much. In the summer, everybody wants you to do everything. Everyone's getting married and having, you know, it feels like so in the autumn that kind of all dies down. You're allowed to just snuggle, put on a nice candle. I love putting on a nice candle, and like I said, trying to read my book or watching a film, or, you know, cuddling up with a nice cup of tea. So autumn is my favourite season. So that is my next fact. And following on from that, which probably isn't much of a surprise, my favourite holiday. Can you guess my favourite holiday? Guess it below and let me know yours below. But my favourite holiday is Halloween. I love Halloween. I just love all the vibes. I love that you get to decorate. I love the colours. I love just everything about it. The coziness, the pumpkin carving, you know, the warm, cozy drinks. But here's my biggest thing about Halloween, because you'd be thinking, oh, you can do all of those things at Christmas, which is true. I love all of those aspects about Christmas. But at Halloween, there is no social pressure to go and see everybody and to make it like a big like spectacle, and you know, everyone wants to see you, and you know, you've got to try and get the time off work, and you know, I just find Christmas, oh sorry, my leg's going dead, sorry, I'm sitting on the floor. Christmas I just find quite socially pressurizing. You know, there's really high expectations. I don't know, when I was younger, I used to love Christmas, as most kids do. You know, I thought it was the most amazing time, but I didn't have to deal with any of the preparations. I didn't have to deal with, oh, I'm going to see you this day, you that day, you know, who's having, you know, all of those kind of pressures. You know, it just got all done for you as a kid, and it was just pure excitement. But now I'm an adult, you know, there's just so much you need to do. Whereas Halloween, there's none of that. You don't have your friends and family all calling you and saying, what are we doing Halloween? Like, we need to plan it, we need to get it booked in, who you buying, what you buying for who, and you know, who's bringing what, and can you get the time off work, etc. Whereas Halloween, it just kind of comes, and you know, you can just do whatever you like. There's no social pressure. And to be quite honest with you, I just stay in. I have all my decorations out, I have my pumpkins out, I have like the sweets ready if the kids want to come around and trick or treat. And honestly, I just watch like Scream, and I just put on some fun Halloween films and eat my goodies, and I just have like a really lovely cozy time without any social pressure, you know. And then like once Halloween's come and gone, and then it's, you know, rolling into November, you know, then it starts to become Christmassy, and I do like many aspects of Christmas. It's just the social pressure of it that I find quite overwhelming. And you know, you have to text people that you don't speak to all year long, and you know, it's all good, isn't it? Because, you know, I haven't spoken to you all year, and yet I feel like if I don't say something, it'll be noticed. So you've got to, you know, make contact with people and send everybody Christmas cards, and you don't talk to them for 6 months. So, and I don't know, I just find it quite weight. I just find it like quite a social bear like social weight on my shoulders, which I shouldn't do, but the truth is I do. So yes, so that is my favourite holiday, which is Halloween. Can I think of another fact? What other facts are there? Oh, okay, yeah, another fun fact is I have been skiing 3 times. I've been skiing 3 times, but I haven't been for years. All 3 times I went was as a child, twice with my family and once on a school trip. The school trip was super fun. We went on a coach from England to Austria, so you can imagine how long that was. I think it was like a 24-hour long coach journey with a coach full of kids and a few teachers, so that was fun. That was chaos. Yeah, and then just going skiing with your school friends. I mean, that is wild, isn't it? I mean, I can't believe that they take the kids skiing on school trips. And we had like a few instances, as you can imagine. We literally had somebody airlifted out in a helicopter because they fell and they cut their leg. I think they might have broken it, I can't remember, but they literally had to be airlifted out by helicopter. So, you know, it's just wild. It's just wild to take like 30-40 children on a ski trip. And I was in year 8, so I was maybe, I don't know, 12. So a bunch of 12-year-olds and like 4 or 5 teachers, maybe, if that. Madness, but it was fabulous. And yeah, the other 2 times I went for my family and they were much less eventful. So yeah, I have been skiing 3 times. I would go skiing again, but the thing is one, I'd need to buy all of the equipment. You know, I'm completely growing out of my sandalpets and everything else, obviously, so it'd be a big upfront cost. And 2, I would probably need loads of lessons. You know, I haven't been in 10 years. Yeah, about probably like 10 years, so I would need lessons, and that's also quite expensive. So and it's just an expensive holiday in general. So, but on top of the holiday expense, I'd need all new equipment, and I probably need quite a lot of lessons. So that just kind of like puts me off doing it, really, because there's other fun things I could do. Yeah, so I think I would really enjoy it, but it's just a huge financial commitment. So my final fact for tonight is the best holiday I have ever been on was when I went to Greece, and I went island hopping with a backpack on, all my things in a backpack, and we went on ferries and we went around loads of different islands. I think we did 4 islands and Athens over 2 weeks with everything I had on my back, and it was really wild. We'd just go on a ferry, go over to another island, and there would be people stood as you got off the ferry with like boards for their hotel. I mean, this is really wild, but you'd go up to them and you'd say, "Oh, hello, how much for your hotel room?" And they would tell you, and then you would just go with them to their hotel. I mean, now I'm saying it out loud, it was madness. It was wild and dangerous, but that is just what everybody was doing. Everybody just piled off this ferry and went up to someone that was holding up a vacancy board, and you just went off to their hotel, and you got there and you were like, "Oh yeah, okay, I guess this is the hotel I'm staying at," and you would just venture around that island until you wanted to go to the next one, and in which case you'd go to the ferry port, you book a ferry, pick an island, and off you'd go. Yeah, that was a really wild but great holiday. And we went to an island called Eos, and it's like a party island, but it's so small that, you know, it's not like Ibiza or something like that that's really well known and loads of people go to, because it's literally like a tiny Greek island. And it was just, we had the best night out ever because it was hot, and there wasn't loads of people, and it was just amazing, to be honest with you. It was just like a night out like nothing else, like nothing I've ever experienced. You know, in the UK you go out and it's cold, it's raining, it's miserable, you need to try and get a taxi, you need to try and get an Uber, but you literally just walked out from where you were staying, and it was just fun. Everyone was light-hearted, everyone was having such a good time. And there was this one place where if you bought like 10 shots, you got like a vest top, and we bought that. I've still got that vest top, like years later, and it has like the name of the bar on it, and it was just super fun. I'll never forget that night out for the rest of my life. So yes, that's another fact. That's my best night out, and Greek island hopping was my favourite holiday. So that is it for tonight, lovelies, my little lovelies. That is some fun facts. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're still watching, I'd love it if you would hit that like button. You know, it really does mean a lot to me. And subscribe for more videos. Yeah, and let me know in the comments any kind of topics you want me to talk about, or any type of videos you'd like to see from me. I'm open to fun suggestions. So yes, with that I will say good night, my little lovelies. Good night, my little lovelies. Good night. Good night. Good night.